Welcome back to another episode in Cliffy's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make the best Jamaican fried dumpling. Many have tried and have failed, and they say we just can't get it right. Well, after watching this video today, you're not gonna fail again. You're gonna be doing right from now on. Quite a few little things are involved, and I'm gonna take you through the ropes of all of them. So just come with me. Okay, for our fried dumpling making, we have flour, we have salt, we have baking powder, sugar, margarine, and water. That's what make the component for our fried dumpling. To begin with, friends, this is 2 pounds of flour, right? So for that amount of flour, I'm using 1 tablespoonful of salt. And I'm using 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Notice baking powder, not soda, because some people use baking soda and the result is not the same. So use baking powder. And I'm also using 2 tablespoonfuls of sugar. And I'm now going to stir these in together like this. Of course, with the granules from the sugar, it will now help to crush or to rub out some margarine that I'm going to apply now. Alright, so here I'm going to be using, this is like 1 full tablespoon of margarine. I'm going to put it to the side of my bowl here. Reason being that I want to crush it out. The fact that we're not using a blender here, we're going to use our fork and do something like this. See, the purpose of this is that it makes your dough more manageable, malleable, and your dumpling softer. So always put a little margarine. Sometimes we use shortening, but the margarine has more flavor, and that is adding flavor to your dumpling. After you think you rub it out properly here, notice everything looks floury. Then you can mix it right through the entire batch like this. Right. Time now to mix our dough. And let me say this first of all, this is very important. When you're going to make fried dumpling, or even if you're going to cook your dumpling, a very important thing to do is to make sure that your nails are low and clean, right? That's very important. And if you wear a ring, you make sure you remove it, because especially for those looking on, if you're serving in the public, people will have issue with this, and rightly so. So we make sure that those things are quite in place. Now to pour in our water and do the mixing up. This is 2 cups of water, and this should be sufficient, and it is ice water, friends. The ice water will help to make your dough, you give you a softer fried dumpling, and you will see the difference when you use the ice water. You don't have to pour all of it one time. You kind of pour and mix and see how the proportion goes. Now that it comes together like this and it's proving a little too stiff for the spoon, that's about the time when you get in with your hand and really put your dough together properly, which I'm going to do now. Yeah, one of the things is that you want to make sure that your dough is good enough to the point where it's not sticking on your hand, right? Although if that is happening, you can always go back and spread a little dry flour on it, but you want a nice texture from, if possible, your original mix. So you do whatever it takes in here in putting it together so you get that desired effect. Okay, this seemed to have been the perfect throw of water. This feels quite good to me. Yeah, over kneading can determine how tough it is when it's time for eating, so you would want to be very mindful of that. This feels very good now. So now that we're finished kneading, we're gonna let it lie there for about 15 minutes and then we get back to it. By then it should be ready for making into dumpling to start frying. It's about time now for us to start making our dumpling. And notice that we're not gonna just make them and put in the oil. We're gonna make them at least for about 4 to 5 minutes, give them a little more chance to still raise. So this is how it goes. This is how I do my thing. From this amount of dough, we can make at least 2 dozen dumplings, maybe a little more, depending on the size you make them. I don't like to make fried dumpling too big, so that will make me a nice, at least 2 dozen. This is what the dumplings look like before going into the pot for frying. I think they have raised a little, so the rest will come as soon as they get into the hot oil. So I'm gonna transport them into the oil right now. All right, we're gonna put in one at first to make sure that the oil is ready. How do we know? Right, you see, it's bubbling, tell us that it's ready. So we can put the others in now, as much as the pot can hold. If you're liking the video so far, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Time to give them a turn now. Yeah, getting the color real golden brown. These are looking so pretty, so nice. Wow. And it's about time we also kind of do a little thing with our heat. Put it to a lower set, 3.5, 4, and that will take care of them. Too high, you get the color too quick. At the right flame, they come out with the right color and properly soak through. Alright, time to give them another turn because we want them to really fry evenly brown. For that perfection, you have to do this 2-3 times, as many times as it takes to get them looking really nice and brown, even golden. Alright, so we do this for now, and then in a few minutes we do the same thing again. Ready for the next turn. Right, good. Alright, these pretty. These are ready for taking out now. They are well done. They are looking pretty. So we put them here. If you notice, I have a piece of paper towel. That is to take care of any excess oil that might come up. And rightly so. These dumplings are really pretty. So what you call golden brown. It doesn't get any better. This is the end product of my fried dumpling, and I'm pleased with the turnout. They look really good, just ready for eating now. You can come and share, but I don't know how you're gonna get it. If you can have it virtually, have all of them. If you found value in this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'm sure they too would love to see how this is done so they can do it themselves too. See you in my next video.